football edition of the Lunch Rush as college football season is it happened yesterday. It's week 1 started yesterday. Got a ton of games tomorrow. The NFL season just 6 days away. So look, we know that in the NFL that money and contracts are based on position groups, and every deal now affects future deals. Yesterday, the big offseason story came to an end when Brandon Aiyuk inked a 4-year, $120 million deal with the 49ers. One guy who had similar stats to Aiyuk last year was Bears wide receiver Keenan Allen. Does this deal affect any future extension talks between Allen and the Bears?
Nope. Allen is 32 years old.
They're not planning on signing him anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, he's way older than Aiyuk.
But I'll say this. He had 3 less games last year and almost had very similar stats. But I agree with you guys. Probably not an extension in the future.
Even if I'm not even saying there won't be, I'm just making the point, like, it won't be in the market anywhere close to what Brandon Aiyuk got. Ayuk's younger. The upside looks enormous. He was graded out as one of the best wide receivers in all of football last year. Keenan Allen can't prove he can play 17 games, and he's 32 years old. They're not going to be in the same ballpark.
Going from one wide receiver to another wide receiver, Ja'Marr Chase Holden continues. Despite the head coach, Zach Taylor, saying earlier in the week that he would be a participant in practice, he has not been. With what we heard from when the Bears and Bengals had their joint practices together, I don't know if Cincinnati is a playoff team without Ja'Marr Chase.
Peggy, you were there. You saw him.
I would say the Bengals did not look good offensively when they played the Bears. Now, the weather was bad. They obviously aren't going to show a whole lot, but they looked like they were definitely working on a lot of things. And then you saw it in the game as well. I would have to agree with that. I think that's probably a likely deal. We don't know. We don't know after not seeing Joe Burrow with his injury. I think the Bengals are definitely in a little bit of a mix right now.
I'm a little lower on the Bengals than I think a lot of people. Whether they make the playoffs or not, I think has more to do with Joe Burrow's health than it does with Ja'Marr Chase. And frankly, even if Chase does an extensive holdout that goes into the season, he's not going to miss the entire season. Like last year, Abdallah brought this up on the morning show. Chris Jones sat out the opener for the Chiefs against the Lions. The Chiefs lost that game, and Chris Jones got paid. The Bengals have a layup against New England to start the season. They're 10-point favorites, even with all of this mixed in. Could Ja'Marr Chase say, you don't need me for that game, and I'm not playing until you pay me? And the Bengals, week 2, week 3 of the season, are like, okay, here's your bag. And then he's on the field. So I'm not that worried about it long term. It does feel like it's trending way worse than I ever thought it would actually get to.
Alrighty, well, it was announced that Russell Wilson will be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but head coach Mike Tomlin said on the Rich Eisen show that Justin Fields will not be riding the pine for his team.
Is there a Justin Fields package still, do you think?
Hey, my friend Raheem Morris better be ready for a Justin Fields package. I'll just say that.
Okay, so Fields won't just have an earbud and a clipboard, is what you're saying here.
I don't want to disclose any strategic approaches, but there's probably too much talent to be sitting around watching all day. You know what I mean?
Big, bold words from Tomlin ahead of his week 1 game against the Falcons. So what are the expectations for Justin Fields this season?
I have no idea. What's the old adage? If you got 2 quarterbacks, you have 0.
Yeah.
This does not speak highly to Steelers' confidence for me.
Oh, I think that they are going to bring him in as a gadget play. Everyone knows he's going to run when he comes in. I think that they want to be able to mix it up with different looks and at the same time utilize Justin Fields instead of letting him sit on the sidelines until Russell Wilson either bombs or gets hurt.
You know what I really want to see? And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being serious. 22 personnel Justin Fields.
I love it.
2 tight ends, get Justin Fields chipping somebody and running a route. I want to see Justin Fields at tight end. Taysom Hill this cat. And let's get to 51% of the snaps, whatever position you got to do it. Send Chicago a 4th-round pick.
I'll say this, wingback Justin Fields sounds like one heck of a way to get him involved.
However you got to do it. Taysom Hill gadget this guy. Get us to 51% of the snaps.
Yep.
All righty, we got two more if we have time, but this one's a big one. Travis Hunter had an incredible game yesterday for Colorado, 132 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, and he played the entire game on defense. There's only been 4 non-quarterback Heisman Trophy winners since 2000. I'm not saying just Hunter specifically. I'm saying I think this year could be the year we have a non-quarterback Heisman Trophy winner.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. I'm not as versed in college football, so I'll let you say that. But I like that idea. I think we saw a pretty darn good football player last night.
So the favorite is Dylan Gabriel
Yes.
at Oregon. I think that says more about the team he's on than it does the player. But you get a graduate senior who's like played a ton of football, kind of the Bo Nix situation all over again. Carson Beck at Georgia, I think, is the only bet I would make preseason. And then you've got guys like Quinn Ewers, Jackson Dart, potentially a Travion Henderson at Ohio State. If it's a non-quarterback, though, the guy it will be is Luther Burden at Missouri.
Yeah.
He is this year's Marvin Harrison Jr. If you sit down on Saturdays and you want to watch a team, Mizzou's going to be a lot of fun, and Luther Burden is the guy. If you want to go non-quarterback Heisman, it's Luther Burden.
I do want to add his Heisman odds dropped last night. It went from plus 5,000. I believe now it's plus 1,500. So it went down after last night.
Who was that, Travis Hunter?
Travis Hunter, yes.
Yeah, but the
Before
problem is he's going to play 120 snaps every game. How is that going to last me 12 games? And if you aren't in the mix for the playoff, you have no shot. They will not be.
All right. Last one we got to get out here before we get out here. Jerry Jones said to the media yesterday that the Dak Prescott deal is not getting done because it has to do with the team's current financial situation. Dak said to the media after those comments that he's zoned out Jerry Jones' comments to the media that he doesn't care about them. He hasn't cared about them for a long time. Guys, this is a bad breakup waiting to happen.
I don't think so. I think Dak Prescott has been in Dallas long enough to understand Jerry Jones is a whole lot of talk and then deals get done. So I don't think that it's the start of a bad breakup. I think Dak understands exactly how Jerry operates. You're going to take the opposite, huh? You think it is?
I think it could be his last season in Dallas. Jerry has done this with basically every player he's had. He did it with Zeke. He eventually paid him. Zeke was on a beach in Cabo. That didn't go well for Zeke's career. Did it with CeeDee Lamb.
Yep.
He's doing it with Micah Parsons. He's doing it with Dak Prescott. Players have more power than they've ever had. At some point, this is going to bite Jerry in the ass. And I think the Dak deal might be it. Now, paying Dak $60 million a year is kind of untenable if I'm Dallas, but you have to do it. If you don't do it now and Dak proves he's your franchise guy, next year you're paying him 70. So if I'm Jerry Jones, I just pony up right now. I don't get why this is being extended. If I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm furious about it. All right, that it for the lunch rush?
That's it. That's a great job.
Nice.
Well done, Peg.
Yeah,
we
that
made
went
it.
fast.
No kidding.
Really fast.